Hi everyone, and welcome to 164 Diecast. In today's video, we are looking at the Cool Collectibles black box single called Dodge Viper GTS. This was the fifth release of this casting and the third in the Cool Collectibles lineup, and was released in 1999. The first casting was released in 1998 as part of the two-car set 35th anniversary of the Shelby Cobra. The next three castings were all released as singles just like this one. There would be two more castings in the Cool Collectibles lineup, with the last being in 2000. The next appearance of this casting would be in the 2000 four-car set Gone in 60 Seconds, with four more castings after that, ending in 2005. The Mattel product number for this car is 20281. Part of the first series of adult collector cars released by Mattel, these were called Cool Collectibles, but were also known as black box cars due to the black box they came in. This 1999 version is black with silver stripes. You can find additional information about this car here at the Hot Wheels Fandom Wiki. The Dodge Viper GTS is the gentleman's version of one of the most famously violent American supercars ever built. While the original Viper was a raw, roofless roadster with no exterior door handles or windows, the GTS, introduced in 1996, turned the Viper into a world-class grand tour without losing its Widowmaker reputation. The GTS was a Gen 2 coupe and is most famous for its double bubble roof, designed to provide extra headroom for drivers wearing racing helmets. Though it looks similar to the RT10 Roadster, over 90% of the GTS was new. The engine was a massive 8.0-liter V10 producing 450 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. And for the first time, Viper owners got luxuries like power windows, air conditioning, and airbags. A blue Viper GTS with white racing stripes served as the pace car for the 1996 Indianapolis 500. A color scheme that remains the most iconic look for the car today. The Viper GTS is often called the last great analog supercar. Even in its final years, it refused to offer an automatic transmission or a small displacement turbocharged engine. It was a front-engine, rear-wheel drive monster that required total focus from the driver. The V10 engine was originally based on a truck engine design, but it was heavily redesigned by Lamborghini, which Chrysler owned at the time, to use an all-aluminum block for the Viper. You can find additional information about the Dodge Viper here. I hope you enjoyed our look at the Hot Wheels Black Box Dodge Viper GTS, and as always, thank you for stopping by 164 Diecast, and we will see you on the next video.